start building with stone. Just to get rid of some of the stone, some of these blocks. And I know there could be a lot more done with these blocks. Like you could cook them and make them into bricks. But right now I don't have the coal for that. I don't want to use charcoal because I'm lazy. Let's just get something relatively nice looking going, so we've got more room in the house and stuff like that. And just something nice, nothing special. I'm not gonna do any start on 8 castles yet. So yeah, because that's one thing I've always been wanting to try to accomplish with Minecraft is making like some kind of gothic cathedral looking thing with the freaking vaulted ceiling and stuff like that. But that's pretty tough to do. And most of my structures they start out they just come out pretty random. Eventually they start taking shape at some point. But yeah. Oh, like the very. I need to make a pickaxe before I start doing this crap, just in case I screw up like over there. But yeah. Usually, sometimes I'll just start off with like with something, and then I'll just keep building on it. Next thing I know, I got like this huge monstrous structure that just looks like some kind of freaking, abomination to freaking nature or some crap. Abomination to the imagination or some shit, if you even want to say that. But yeah, like the first time I ever played Minecraft, I wound up constructing this huge freaking tower because I wasn't sure about the draw distance. The computer I was working with sucked, and I wanted to be able to freaking see where I was coming from a distance, so I wouldn't get lost because I was totally paranoid about that. So I made like this huge freaking tower. But yeah, it didn't really work out. I just had a lot of wasted space. Because I mean, that was another thing that I based my structures off of. My structures off of is practicality. I try to make every part of it, useful to some point. Because it drives me nuts, you get some kind of structure and somebody's like, oh yeah, this is my little room here. That, they have like a random table set up. And I'm just like, your character can't even sit down. What's the point of that, There's really no fucking point of that. Or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some more wood. I wonder how many of you guys were just like, oh, you're gonna need to get some more wood, dude. Oh, I got some wood right here. Okay, lucky me. Well, I'm surrounded by trees, so okay. So yeah, okay, let's just take that. Okay. Alright, and get some sticks. Sticky dude, maybe break my bones, but nails will never hurt me. Oh yeah, shithead. What do you think about that? Yeah, you're mean. That's one thing that freaking kind of irks me a little bit is what some people will consider bullying on the internet. You call somebody stupid, like, oh, you're bullying me. No, I'm not bullying you. I'm just calling you stupid. I mean, I don't do that, but I'm just saying. And when you tell somebody to go freaking kill themselves, that's dumb. Okay? That's just freaking dumb. Oh, you suck, go kill yourself. And it's like, no, fuck you, dude. Who the fuck do you think you are? You don't do that. That's just, you don't do that. But yeah. Of course, I mean, most of the people who do that are like fucking like not three, like freaking 12-year-olds or some crap. I probably shouldn't even be able to be fucking using the computer anyway. At least not like that. They should be concentrating more on homework, studying in school and all that stuff. So you don't wind up spending all your days freaking just, trying to get views on YouTube. But yeah. Well, let's kind of bring this out a little bit. No, that was part of the ceiling there, wasn't it? Oh well. What was I saying? Other than being... It's just because somebody's freaking ragging on you. Somebody saying that something sucks doesn't necessarily mean they're a troll. That's another phrase that's been blown out of proportions, is the term troll. It used to be somebody that's just going into a freaking forum and just being an asshole for no fucking reason. Just being a jackass, which I've done. I've gone in the freaking first times I was on the internet, I would be one of those guys that would just randomly pop into a chat room and just say all kinds of the roast random stuff. Yeah, roast random, most random shit for no reason, just to try to be funny. I mean, me and my buddy would be sitting there watching it and just be laughing our asses off, and then of course I would get blocked, and then come back in either a minute later or something, or with a different username and just start all over again, pissing everybody off. Yeah, I was one of those guys. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yeah. Trying to get something going here. Okay. Man. That's trolling. Calling somebody a liar, or just, pointing out somebody's, certain things that, somebody... Excuse me, I don't know if you even saw that. But, it's my scheduler. I don't think you see that. Hang on. Do you see that? No, you don't. Okay. Anyway, calling somebody out on something isn't trolling them. Okay, I mean, I've seen that where somebody was talking about something and they were wrong about the information, and somebody was calling them a liar or some shit like that, and they started screaming, "Oh, you're trolling me! You called me a liar! I'm just saying blah blah blah. I didn't want to get trolled." That's not trolling. No, that's not trolling at all. Even in the updated sense of the word of the term. Yeah, I'll move this forward too. Just because somebody tries to call you, correct you on something, or calling somebody a liar off, just for being misinformed about something, that is a bit extreme, a bit on the not extreme, but on the overblown side. But calling them a liar is not trolling them. But yeah, I don't know. I see some weird. I've been on the weird shit. I've been on the internet for a while, more or less. I mean, I know things that happen. I'm not stupid. I'm not that naive, and I know a thing or two about a thing or two when it comes to the internet, more or less. I guess you could say. I mean, I'm still naive about some things, like some types of internet lingo. Like there's some acronyms and stuff like that I don't understand. I don't know. And some phrases acronyms that people use for some things. It's just like, that doesn't mean that. Stop trying to create acronyms. It just makes other things confusing. Like, for League of Legends, people go LOL. I was like, what? Laugh out loud? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, League of Legends, duh. It's like, no, that's not what that means, asshole. But yeah. Another one is, what the heck is it? BO? Apparently that's I used to know what that was for. It's for a recent game. I can't remember what the heck game it's for, but as soon as I see somebody saying posting BO in a forum or something like that, I think they're talking about an older game, or at least an older game series called Blood Omen. Now, some of you may actually know what that is. Hopefully, incidentally, I hope to get something for that actually going at some point. Or Let's Play wise, because I have those games. I just trying to figure them out, because one of them doesn't work well with the fucking USB controller I have. And I've been trying to figure out how to get that to work. But yeah, once I figure out how to get that to work, I'm going to start making videos of that, video series of that. Because that's one of my favorite games of all time, and some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you are like, what the fuck? But yeah. Out of the, I don't know, 4 people that actually watch my videos. But yeah. Let's see here. No, that won't work. I need to actually get some fresh wood. Which will probably waste my axe, but whatever.